Let's create a full Isaac Sim scene with realistic physics in 5 minutes or less. Ready? Let's go. And of course, we will also be, while we're doing this, realizing that I'm one of the worst typists on earth. So we'll probably copy paste some things. I literally don't type at all anymore. I talk to all of my code bases, and very, very seldom do I write anything. I had to write with a pen today to even put my own information down on paper, and it felt like my hand was hurting from just writing 2 lines. So there we go. We've got a ground plane, got a distant light, collision plane for the ground plane, intensity of the distant light, physics scene. Okay. All right, that's just part one. All right, so I said 5 minutes or less, so let's make sure to add in some cooler things. How about let's see, let's add a sphere to the scene at 0, 0, 0. Let's make it 4 and make it green, material, and metal. Name it Bali. Huh, capital B. Okay, so we're going to add a sphere. And the really cool thing about what we're doing right here is we're taking essentially Nemo Claw and adding specific MCP tools and skills to Nemo Claw so that it can run inside of Isaac Sim. I took a little bit of inspiration from Blender AI, if you've ever seen that, which also can run with Nemo Claw. Okay, so here's our ball. There's our ball. As you execute something, it says it's executing or executed. And if something fails, which is, we actually want that, we want the failures because it learns from the failures. Okay, there's our ball. Let's hit play. Oh, it's not moving anywhere because we didn't say give it physics. Give Bali physics, collisions, and make the scene fully physics enabled. Again, I know a little bit of things about this, but I can just speak in natural language and it'll do all of this or write in natural language. The voice function is not working yet. I haven't tried to make it work, but we're down to 3 minutes. So let's move a little bit faster. I'll do some explanations, but in the code, which is also going to include the entire repo, you can launch all of this yourself. You do need Isaac Sim as a prerequisite and a few other things, but I'll kind of go through that briefly with the repo here. Uh, pardon the whatever the news of the day is. You can thank, let's just find my repo, and that was Nematron. Okay. So if you take a look at my repo while that's all going on, I'm trying to do this in 5 minutes or less. You can see this is the entirety of the stack. For those of you that want to go through this, I'm going to have a longer video that I'll do probably tomorrow that goes over how this actually works. But I will just briefly scroll and show you how easy it is to launch this if you already have Isaac Sim and if you already have either a local running model or a cloud model. Okay, so now there's the ball. Okay, and the ball just drops. How about let's make this ball, make the ball a really bouncy material. So one thing is it knows about every little bit of here, everything that's in here. And the reason why it knows this is this is all made from Python. So because this whole window in Omniverse is Pythonic, we can take this and take any little piece of it that we want, or we can just read everything. So here we go. We're going to make it bouncy. And if any errors happen, which are, I was hoping for an error that I can show you, then it will go and execute a kind of round trip to the server to try to figure out what the errors are. Normally, I would go through and explain to everybody how to, oh, and here's some other things you can do. You can import a robot. You can set the initial velocity of the ball. You can add cameras. We can clone the ball. We can, add other scene object to the scene. But right now, let's just see if this part works. Yeah, it bounced. Awesome. All right. And just to a little bit of wow factor, add uh, random objects to the scene, including a robot. Okay, so this is the last thing we're going to do, and we're going to close it out with this part, whether it works or not. I'm hoping to find an error, because if an error happens, one of the cool things is it logs the error. It also adds the error to its knowledge base, and as the content that's being sent to the server, whether it's local or cloud, is being created, the context window, it lets it know about these particular errors before going to generate any code. So it'll run and get the different kinds of patterns from the pattern library, and it looks and says, am I running an Isaac Sim 5.1 or 6.0? I don't support 4.2 or 3, not yet, but I don't know if it's worth supporting backward versions, but certainly the most current version. So there we got a cube in the ground. Oh, by the way, it does have a vision system, so it can tell you what everything is and where everything is. Um, and if we want, we can even say things like, be creative and add colors and things like that. But I think at this point, you get the picture. So what we can do, um, this is you're limited by your creativity here. And I'm hoping, because this is open source, I'm hoping that others join in and build parts of this or extensions to this. I'm obviously doing this for Isaac Sim, but we can also do this for other things as well. I'm toying with an export button for Isaac Lab so that you can just have Isaac Lab there. Look at that. It's going to go on and adding shaders and things like that. I got to give it, we got to stop it at some point so we can stop the video. But, just letting it be creative, we can kind of just continue on with this forever. Oh, so there was an error, and that's good, because it looks like it tried to do something that um, translate. Okay, it tried to translate something, and then it found the error and corrected itself. And that's in a loop. So it'll continue to try to correct itself. It'll go check the cloud. It'll check its knowledge base. But please contribute to this. Um, I'm just gonna close this video out, and 5 minutes are up. But I'm gonna close this video out just by clicking all the buttons. And I kind of don't know what it's going to. This is kind of like Picasso generating, uh, not Picasso, but really someone who did abstract art. And no one's name's coming to mind right now, but I've seen a lot of abstract art. kind of random create canvas. And somebody put that in the chat if you made it to this part of the video. Develop cool things just by kind of, there's another error. So yes, it's going to go through, it's going to look at the error, it's going to record the error, and look, it's going to tell you this already existed, and here's the root cause, and this is these are the objects that are in the scene. And then any errors, like I said, again, it's going to go and try to fix those errors, um, and over time. So very cool. We got this cool scene. I don't see the robot I asked for, but I'll say one more thing. Put a robot in the scene with ROS2 enabled parts. I know the exact things to say here, like the Omni graph file and create a ROS bridge, etc. Let's see if it figures this out on its own. Those of you who are here, you're here for extra credit. And if so, please like and subscribe. It's doing stuff. I'm not even looking at what it's doing at this point. Now, if you have, while we're in a subject, if you have assets in an asset catalog and you want exactly your thing, you can tell it to go to this location and get the file from this particular place, and it will go do that. Right now, what we're doing is we're just kind of letting it go off and try things on its own and fail at sometimes and succeed at sometimes. It tries to correct itself. If it gets into a loop, it's the loops are I would say pretty good to have failures in a loop that you're just trying to work through as an engineer at all, or developer. But in this particular case, it will try to loop through and fix itself, and if it can't, um, so created some other parts of this cube. Man, it's going off, man. I hope, how many credits have I spent? I'm using a cloud model right now because we're recording this video, but normally I run on Nemotron or Quinn 3.5 locally, and I save myself a bunch of money. Love those cloud models, but they cost a lot of money. As you can see here at the very end, it looks like it started working on the robot, trying to get a robot from somewhere, looking through. There's some error with flat caching. I don't see my robot, but I'm sure it'll show up here in a minute. I'm not even looking through to see what it's doing. I'm going to give it let's give it 10 more clicks. I'm just going to do it by clicks. And if nothing shows up in 10 clicks, we're going to end the video. 5, 4. Oh, it's still working on a box. It's not even going to be close. All right, guys, that's good for today. We'll call this one a wrap. But I let it go do what it wants to do. So it's building something. Who knows what this is? I'll look at the script output at the end and see what it actually built. All right, good enough. Well, my fingers are getting tired from clicking. There's an auto. By the way, these also run MCP tools behind the scenes, so you can just say in MCP what you want to do, and let's see if it'll break some stuff. Nope, that's the only thing that was physically enabled. I'll look down and see Sphere. What's still trying to do other stuff. Something else with the box. Yeah, it would have taken a long time. Oh, it's fixing all of its errors that it found. Yeah. Okay. So by the time I would have gotten to that robot, would have been a long time from now. I'm still seeing stuff that has something to weigh. Oh, there was a joint commands. So where's the robot to go with that? That should be an error. Yeah, totally. Okay, so we're good. I think that was a good demonstration of what this does. Yeah, we'll try to launch a Franca robot. Is there one in the scene and I just don't see it? There it is. Hey, Franca robot. It's in the scene. Oh, and it's adding a camera sensor to it. Cool. I imagine that somewhere I skipped the OmniGraph file. It would have created an OmniGraph file somewhere in here. And the good news is because it's constantly looking at the scene and seeing what's missing, I can just let it kind of go off indefinitely. But I'm using cloud credits, so we're going to stop here. There's your Franca robot, and would have been an OmniGraph file if you want to do that. Let's see, clear. Actually, let's stop the video. Thanks, and like and subscribe.